All right, guys. Well, I feel a little bit about this intro here after the fact. Be full transparent. Yeah, I've got some cool things going. This is episode 2. So in this video, we're going to be going through some maintenance items, okay? And some of these are, just things that I really wanted to just change up right from the beginning. I haven't even washed the truck really or done much to it, just maybe ran it through, just ran a hose over it maybe and a little bit of tire dress up, but that's about it. I really need to do a deep clean on it. But I kind of wanted to check out all the maintenance items first, and I apologize, it's kind of nighttime here, kind of filming this intro. I got everything done already, so I already know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I think the biggest thing though is we're going to be going through some maintenance items. Air filter, gas caps, kind of bad on it, and I'm going to try to troubleshoot the windshield wiper pump, which for some reason doesn't work at all. So I'm going to be checking that out and see if I can figure out what's going on there. And then for the fun part, we're going to be doing the JL audio. I bought some very nice, what I consider nice anyway. They were like, I don't know, 265 bucks, something like that, for a pair of JL audio speakers for the door, because these things were just paper rattling and you couldn't even hardly listen to the music here. So I went ahead and picked up a couple of these, and I'm excited about just kind of doing the overall sound system in here and getting it all nice. So man, we got to get our music pumping, right? So I think that's going to be a cool part of it. But let's get right to the video, guys. Let's go ahead. Got this went ahead, picked up a new air filter. I haven't even looked at it. I just decided just to replace it. Just kind of got your 4 screws there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not a lot of money. Ahead, and definitely looks like could use a replacement here. It's definitely dirty. That's kind of what she looks like there. So we'll go ahead and replace that. Consider subscribing to the channel, hit that little bell so when you know things are going. If you like the video, hit that like, guys, and comment below. I went to Rock Auto, picked up another cap for the radiator overfill here, so we'll go ahead and just pop that on here real quick, pretty easy. Bam. Don't get easier than that. This is all just little stuff, guys, but I just wanted to document everything that I'm kind of doing to it. So I'm also not seeing the HVAC doesn't blow defrost, and I was thinking that that's normally it blows defrost through the vents when the vacuums are down, so I got to chase down that as well. It just blows through the vents right now, so I was kind of looking at some of the vacuum lines, but I'll have to dig into that more later as well. Okay, so got a new cap. All right, so that's really the air filter. Pretty simple. Probably one of the easiest things you can do. So went ahead, replaced that one with a new one. It's called a Wix. It's fine for now. Just do some simple maintenance items here. I pulled this off. I kind of want to check a few fuses on some things that are not working. The windshield wiper pump is not working for the reservoir, so I just wanted to check a few fuses here and just kind of do an overall check here to see what's blown, see if I can just do some simple fuse replacements here. So we'll kind of look at that first. All right, so windshield wiper pump does not work. The washer fluid, and I put some in there and it's still not working, so I went ahead checking out the fuses here. It looks like windshield wiper pump, this one right here, it's going to be the one that's 10A, and it looks like it should be right above that 20 there, so there's no fuse there. So this could be super easy to fix here. Let's check it out. All right, after further review, it looks like this one is not used. There's actually no receptacle there for the fuse if you look right here. So there's really nothing there. And then further research on this particular model, it uses the washer uses the same as the windshield wiper, so that works. So I think we're good on the fuse. So this is going to be a little bit more diagnosis here, so I'll get back to this later. I got fluid in it. I'll probably have to just get basically a multimeter and start testing where it's kind of breaking down there. I also noticed that this is all dried up, broke, and that was disconnected. That's kind of feeding the windshield wipers as well. So I got it back hooked up, and that runs all the way here. No other holes or anything, so nothing's leaking. So I think it's a circuit issue, so we'll have to dig into that later. But let's go ahead and jump to the next thing. The other thing I noticed is this cap doesn't really go on that well. It's kind of missing the tether here, is broke. So I'm gonna go ahead and just picked up another cap. So I went ahead, picked up another gas cap. It's got the tether and all that good stuff. So we'll go ahead, pick this up from Rock Auto as well. So pretty cool. We'll go ahead and put that on now. Let's see if we can go ahead and use this tool, kind of like an interior trim. Got that. There you go. All right, so we'll go ahead, pop the new tether in. Bam. And we'll take the old cap out. And we'll put the new one in. There we go, bam. It looks like it closes better. The other one didn't really feel like it closed, so there we go. I did kind of smell a little bit of fumes, so I don't think this cap was any good. But normally I think you would get a code, because the system will actually pick up that pressurize in the tank, so or lack of pressure, I should say. So I think you would get a code. But anyway, there we go. All right, guys, that's my new speaker, JL Audio. It's about 250 bucks, I think. Super nice. I will tell you, based on the driver's side, this barely fits. There's a brace that goes from probably the power windows that's right up against that magnet there. So I will tell you, this is just cutting it, to be honest with you. So we'll go ahead. This thing's super nice. It's got a nice mid sort of range, and that tweeter there really makes it pop. So that's it right there. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and pull this door panel off. Probably clean out some of the Starbucks trash. But basically it's pretty easy.
as long as the clips, which those are plastic clips that kind of go all the way around it, that you just have to pry off with a little plastic tool. But for the most part, you got this screw here. I'm using a 7mm, but I think it's a 9/32. So you pull that out first. Then there is, if I can show you, there are 2 screws here, one there and one there. So you want to pull those 2 out. That's basically securing the door handle. We'll go ahead and pop this off. You want to pop this off from the end here, and then it's latched kind of here, so then you just kind of lift it out that way, and then you just pry this little piece off here, and then it's like a little plastic door pin there, retainer, and then you just kind of pry all the way around, super careful. Just make sure you don't break those clips or the door panel, and I'll show you that in a second. So other than that, it's pretty straightforward. All right guys, I got that screw out here. I just want to pop this off and rotate it, but I'll show you something here. That's probably why, because whoever did this, you got to make sure that that goes in first. So with these interior plastic pieces, you either got to look at the manual and understand exactly how it is, or just take your damn time, because you can break stuff super easy. All right, step 1. Step 2, go ahead and get these bad boys out. I guess you're going to deal with that kind of stuff, but there's that bolt there. Again, I'm using 7mm, but I think it's really 9/32. All right, let's get the other one. And if you don't have both screws in, this is where door rattles and interior noise and all that shit can come from. Now, I will tell you, just as full transparency, I did the other side just to practice, because guess what? This is my first time doing this. And a lot of the vapor covering, that plastic covering on the inside, and I'll show you on this door, was kind of pulled off, really wasn't sealed. So because this speaker is vibrating and busted so bad and sounds so terrible, I'm gonna go ahead and just put the new JL Audio speaker in it. But I really need to go back in here and tighten up this, maybe put some of that hush mat or something like that inside the door, make sure the vapor's all sealed. I just don't have the stuff right now for that, so we'll do that on a separate video, but that'll just be kind of quiet everything down inside the door. Kind of would be the thing we want to do there. All right, so we got the 2 out there. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead, we're going to pop this out and then pry easily. You want to make sure you get that tool in there where the pin is, or you'll break the door panel where it is. So I'll show you that in a second. All right. And make sure you use the plastic stuff here, because you can scratch this stuff super easy. There we go. Just take your time. You can see that it's all plastic, so you can really screw it up. Then from there, I think your first one's up here, so you may want to start with that. We kind of pry that. I'll take a look at the first pin here. lift up on that and then pull it this way. Got that little bit of lip right here. And then you want to feed that through it. Like so, and the door panel should come off. One more. All right, I'll show you a little bit what I'm talking about. So if you're lucky and you get this off, the idea is you don't break this right here. If you break this, the door panel is not going to come on. You got to epoxy, get another door panel. But these little pins right here just slide in that slot. And so the idea is try to not break these. So just be super careful, try to get that tool in there. Some of these are kind of more inward like this. You can see there. But the one on the edge, if you can get the majority of those, you'll be in good shape. So anyway, that's off now. I mentioned on the other side, this stuff right here is gonna rattle. So I don't really have anything really good to seal this with right now. So we're just gonna let it go for now. I have some ideas with some foam tape and hush mat type stuff and et cetera, but that's not for this project here. We're just trying to, this thing is completely blown here. Look at that. That just sounds terrible. So, all right, so we'll go ahead. Let's take a look at my new speaker here. All right, guys, so here's the speaker. Now, to get that off, you're gonna need, I don't know what size this is. It's a Torx. Oh, there we go, T10. So you're gonna need a T10. And these are just threaded through this material here, whether it's plastic or fiberglass, I don't know. So there's just 4 screws here. I'm gonna take off one, and you won't be able to use these holes. Again, I've already been through this on the other side. The new JL audios, it might be different for your case, but in my case, the speaker is just a little bit larger on the in terms of where the holes go through the frame there. Go ahead, get rid of this paper. This thing is not going to play any good Hank at all for you guys. Luke Combs, whatever you want to do. Quiet Riot, just ain't gonna work. So we'll just take that off. All right, so got those off. Now, go ahead, pop off this here. There we go. And there is the speaker. So that's it. It's a big difference between this one and the JL audio. Now, the next thing we're gonna do, what's really cool, Crutchfield, you know, these things actually work. So this one is an adapter here to go from your stock clip to your speakers, which are just a couple of female connectors. Go ahead and put that in there. Now, I'm going to test fit the speakers and mark and drill. You can only hook this up one way. The large one goes on the large one, like this. There we go. We're all hooked up. We'll feed them in there. Line this back up. And by the way, there's the bracket for the power window that I was telling you about. This one barely goes up against it, so I think it'll be fine for this, but if you go any deeper, it could be a problem. We'll just get that started. Just kind of hang it. Last one. All right, cool. Now Crutchfield did with their speakers, JL Audio, I guess. Somebody provided these as well. So if you need these to kind of secure the screw a little bit more, they just slip over there and then provide you a little bit more. They didn't really work in my case. All right, speakers in. Now we're just gonna put everything back on, and let's just turn it on for a second, see what it sounds like. All right, that worked. And we're just gonna put it all back together. Pretty nice little setup. All right, guys, speaker is in, all back together. Can't even tell it's there. Look at that, that's what I like. Nice and stock looking, none of that crazy shit built up and all this crazy ass audio. Like, hey, guys, let go of the 2000s. I don't know, that's my personal taste. I'm sure people love that stuff, but my taste is, you know, upgraded, but it kind of looks stock, right? So there we go, pretty nice. Wow, man, that's a big difference there. Super nice. This thing sucks, I'm gonna be honest with you, it just sucks. But I think for what it is, it's gonna be sounding pretty good. Wow, man, so much better, so much better. Well, I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. It's kind of a mixed bag of stuff here in this video, but just kind of wanted to keep you up to date as I get through a few of these things. I got some other bigger things planned, but this is just kind of getting things started, I guess. We're getting warmed up.
Man, I could say now, again, it's kind of nighttime, so sorry about the bad lighting and all that good stuff, but man, I've been driving this truck all evening. Took my wife for a ride, we turned up the music, singing along, just like we did back in the old days. This has been just super fun little four-wheel drive truck, man. I love the way it drives. Of course, my steering is like all over the place, but in terms of just how this thing rides on these 15s, man, I forgot what a nice tire kind of feels like, gives you that extra cushion. So, man, honestly, I'm just loving this freaking ride so far, man. I've been having a blast, and I've been looking for every chance to drive it. I even took Fireball Mullet out today as well, because I was like, I felt like I was neglecting it, so I went ahead, took Fireball Mullet out for a cruise too, so I've been cruising both of them. But anyway, just kind of wanted to update you guys, and man, this is just a fun. I'm loving this truck so far.